It's not about stats, not about numbers. It's about facts. Facts.
Yo, welcome back to my show. Again, I'm your boy Jonathan Juiceman Presley, and we got a jam-packed show today. We're gonna talk about a lot of things. One thing that's been on my mind is perception. It's fair to say that we live in a world where it goes by what it seems to be like. It seems to be true, so it has to be true. We live in a world that's based on just perception more than reality. And that's the problem when it comes to sports. Things can be perceived a certain way, but it's not the reality. And the meaning of my show is to get everything correct, to get it as right as we can based on context, okay? And that's the idea behind what we're about to talk about. Speaking of talking about smoke screens and perception versus reality, Oakland Raiders. Oakland Raiders, let me just get this out there. They are not taking Kyler Murray at all. That's not even on the radar. What they're doing is they're setting it up to make sure. I mean, it's already out there. Arizona wants them, so why not just make them a little bit more anxious that they have to go and get him? So that's it. They're out there and they're looking at him. They're paying attention to him. They're doing their due diligences, but they're not really going to get him. Doesn't make sense. Let me tell you what I think is going on. Okay, you have three teams. Number one, Arizona. Number two, 49ers. Number three, the Jets, all ahead of Oakland. And guess what? They all can take defensive players. I mean, realistically, Nick Bosa can go number one. Quentin Williams, have you seen that guy? Freak. Put on a show at the combine. Can easily go number one, right? Now, mind you, the other two, 49ers and the Jets, they definitely are looking at him. But you know who else is there? Got Josh Allen. So the idea is that you put in so much smoke and mirrors, that way the Arizona feel obligated to get Kyler Murray. I mean, coach been talking about it. The new coach been talking about it. I should say the GM made some slick remarks regarding Josh Rosen. I mean, how much faith do you think they have in him? If they had faith in him like that, then they would squash these rumors a long time ago. That's all I'm trying to say. To me, it doesn't make sense on why this is even a conversation because they're not doing it. They lost Khalil Mack. They got some picks because of it, and that's exactly where they're going. Okay, you can't tell me. You look at the success, the production that the linebackers and D line got this year. Okay, look at Bradley Chubb, Denver production. Look at my boy over here in Dallas, Landers production. Uh, Raekwon Smith, Chicago production. How about Leonard and Indy production? That's right. You still got Devin White, still got Ed Oliver, Montez Sweat. I mean, you got some players. So if you can get rid of some of the competition, just maybe just two go instead of three, that game changers. Trust me, that's exactly what Oakland's doing. You have like four picks in the top 35 picks overall. I mean, I'm pretty sure. I think that's right, but I'm pretty sure that you have some plans. Okay, we're probably gonna go get you a running back. But I'm trying to say it like this: Derek Carr will be the Raiders' quarterback this year. To start this season, he will be the quarterback. And let's be honest, Raiders have quite a few spots that they need fixing. All right, they did make some noise in free agency. We all know about that. I agree, but I think the Raiders are looking at not so much like Derek Carr is the savior and the franchise quarterback, but yeah, we have so much spots that we have to fix. Why spend a draft pick on a quarterback when we have somebody that we can? It's not like a real hole. It's like a position you can put duct tape on. You know what I mean? Like you put some duct tape on it and make sure it can last a little bit longer. So before it breaks, before you have to replace it. And that's exactly what I look at when I think of Derek Carr and Oakland Raiders. I mean, you're gonna go and put all the receivers around him, right? An opportunity to be productive. We know what he can do with the right personnel, the right coach. And I mean, John Gruden is that QB guru, right? So I'm pretty sure that they're not going to. I get it. It's get the rookie contract, build around him. But guess what? Oakland got the draft picks. They can build like that. They don't need a rookie contract. Not yet. I mean, you can figure out what you got to do with Derek Carr next year when the quarterback's heavy. This year, there's literally 5 players. Actually, I would say 3, which is why they're doing this. 3 game changers at the top. Quentin Williams, Nick Bosa, and debatable Josh Allen, or I mean, I really like the linebacker at LSU. I know I'm an Alabama fan, but LSU, Devin White, he's the truth. He's the truth. He's the truth. So let me switch gears. Okay, let me switch gears a little bit and talk about some college basketball. And I know it's gonna get you guys, some of you guys, kind of like, yo, what's he talking about? I'm pro players having to do 1 year in college. Let me just make my case. All right, I think that everyone talks about every player's getting talk about players not getting paid. Last time I checked, this is what we don't talk about. That schools give out grants, academic scholarships, they pay for traveling, food, etc. There's more than just sports going on inside of a college. Okay, so I mean that's great. College, I mean sports brings in the money, and that's fantastic. But guess what? I think in America we downplay the power of education just for the money. And look at the world we created. We created a world that only cares about the money, and we don't care about even the development of somebody's personal gain. Let's take Zion Williamson for example. Prime example would not be number one right now. Would not be number one if he went straight out of high school into the NBA. Would not be number one. You know what's number one pick? It's R.J. Barrett. All right. Now you know what that did for Zion. Allowed him to showcase his skills. Yes, okay, we all seen the videos in high school, a whole bunch of dunking videos. True, he wasn't in AAU like that. So trust me, he would not be number one. You can say whatever you want, but look at the facts. Look at what happened before he went to Duke. He was not projected to go number one. Right now, he's preliminary, like guaranteed booked to go number one. Why? Because he went to college. Where he went to go to school at? Duke. So you can't tell me that didn't help. I'm gonna give you another one. Okay, I get it. RJ Barrett might have dropped just a little bit because another guy that went 2 years in college, John Morant, everybody's talking about his number two because of he spent 2 years in college. His freshman year only put 12 points up a game. Nobody did a sophomore year, 24. And I think he had this whole year double machine. Not to mention he dropped 45 multiple times. All right. Now let's be real about this for 1 second. Okay. So, how many legit players you could say are ready to go straight out of high school into the NBA? I mean, you got to think about it. You got the whole culture, you got the business aspect, and that's how them players go and end up bankrupt. I can tell you this: you name me every one successful player that came straight out of high school into the NBA. I can name you 5 that did not. You get what I'm saying? That's exactly why they switched the rule. Remember that. Don't get misled by the narrative. Narrative is money, 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 money. You're gonna get your money. You're gonna get your money. Zion would have got hurt, he still got paid. Guess what? Blake Griffin got hurt, still got paid. I'll give you another one. Kenyon Martin still went number one, even torn his ACL. Trust me, that did not matter. They see your production, even at no matter what level, you will be successful. I mean, you will get paid in NBA. But I think the power of education is goes without doubt. And we're living in a world, we're creating a world that's just built around money. And you guys can see it. I mean, you can see the outcome. I mean, just look around. See exactly how our world's running when everything is about money. Money, money, money. I'll tell you another thing. Them freshmen, one and done, they're not leading those schools to the Final Four the last 2 years. This year, for example, got Auburn led by upper class juniors and seniors. Why? Because they know how to play together. You know how tough it is for Coach K or Coach Calipari. I don't even know how he was able to do it, but to sit there and get these guys, you got 1 year to get them to work together, and you're going against teams that they live there. I mean, you ever play ball growing up? You play with your same players. Guarantee y'all sitting there talking to, man, when we get this age, when we get to the senior, when we get to be this, we're gonna go and win the ship. We're gonna go win the championship. We're gonna go and win. That's exactly what happens when you got a whole bunch of freshmen going against juniors and seniors that have been planning this for 4 years. They went through the trials. They went through the struggles. They went through all of it. They bled. They lost. They died together. It came back together. And that's the hunger you can't teach. Yes, Zion was a freak. He is a freak. I'm not saying nothing about that. I'm not taking nothing away from RJ Barrett. That's not what I'm talking about. There will be stars. We're talking about the downplay of people going to college and staying in college and being successful in college and still having a successful career after the fact. You can name a million players that went to college, came back out, and had a great career, and they're actually Hall of Famers. So let's get back to the Final Four because I'm all over the place. I'm excited. All right, Texas Tech has a sophomore. That means 2 years, and Jared Culver balling. I mean, if you haven't seen him, pay attention to the Final Four. Pay attention to that boy, and he already moved up the charts because of what he just did. All right, because he was not even like on the radar, not the top 10 pick. Right now, I think he's projected like 7. Okay, just give you an idea. Michigan State is full of upperclassmen, full of them. And look at their point guard. Think about it. Cassius would not be. He would not be talked about if he went out. I mean, he probably would be G League if that. Okay, just saying. Now, I mean, you can guarantee at least be second round at the very least. I'm not. He might even sneak in the first. We'll see. We'll see. Virginia is mainly upper class, but they do have a freshman. Yeah, and they got a sophomore. They play important minutes. It's true. It's true. It's true. But none of them are one and done. None of them are one and done freshmen. All right. It's 2 years straight that it shows you that teams teams can make it too. All right. And good coaching. Don't get me wrong. Last year, Jay Wright, Villanova, gotta give him that. And then this year, you you already see. This year we got a whole bunch going on. But speaking of the guys I was just talking about, we also get to see Carson Edwards. Look like Derrick Rose with a Steph Curry jump shot out there, hitting from deep. I mean, he was projected in the second round. Now people talking about him early first round out of nowhere, 5'10". All right, junior. Remember that junior. Okay, and when you see what Trey Young does, how can you not think that somebody like Carson Edwards, to me, looks like he was a better shooter right now? Of course, Trey Young came out after his freshman year. Think about what he did if he came straight out of high school. Okay, his freshman year got the showcase. All right, he wasn't on no radar coming out of high school, but Trey Young, look what he's doing now. 1 year in college, got to understand a little bit faster pace than high school, right? That's what college does. It prepares you. All right, let's go to Cam Reddish. If Cam Reddish came out of high school, he'd be in a G League right now. Right now. If he goes to an NBA right now, he might even still end up in a G League. That's a player that needs to stay another year. He should stay another year. Maybe come out looking like Jay Morant. Like I said before, averaged 12 his freshman year, then multiple games over 30 this year, couple over 40, averaged 25 on the year his sophomore season. 2 years. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. if I'm one of these players, yeah, I get it. The money's there. The money looks good. But develop your game. Develop your game. Develop how to handle money, how to handle the pressure, how to handle everything that comes with it. The media, I mean, the critique, I mean, all this stuff comes together. Okay. I get it. Everybody's talking about these athletes don't get paid nothing. That's a whole nother subject for a whole nother thing and a whole nother outline. I still don't think we need to keep on not not putting the emphasis on the power of education. Okay. The power of the mind is the most important thing in the world. And I mean, I get it. Trust me. It's much better to cry in a Porsche than to cry on a bike. I get it. Trust me. I'm not knocking the money. All right. Let's switch gears a little bit more. With everything's coming close, we got the NBA draft. So as seated right now, of course, a lot of you could change a lot of things. I'm going to talk about this because I'm going to give you a team that if I was them, I would not take Zion Williamson over one at number one. And I'm going to tell you why. That team is the Phoenix Suns. Okay, I think any other team, I think the New York Knicks, the Cleveland Cavaliers, Chicago Bulls, Atlanta Hawks, Dallas Mavericks, whatever team is up front, up there, Lakers, whoever, they should take Zion Williamson. Why not Phoenix? It does not make sense. What do you mean? Have you seen Phoenix play? I'm just curious. Have you seen Phoenix play? They have a dude on their team named Devin Booker. All right. Now in a league driven by backcourt, by people ball dominant. Right. Don't get me wrong. Zion Williamson is a freak, but you cannot tell me that Ja Morant and Devin Booker in that backcourt with Aiden still down there developing. I mean, I get it. Bender was kind of he's not showing up where he's supposed to be, but you still got Kelly Oubre. I mean, you still got Josh Jackson. I mean, you still got a team. You got Miles Bridges, right? Get you a point guard. That point guard is John Morant, period. I don't, hey, y'all get number one pick. Good. You ain't got to worry about that. Make sure you're not number three because he's definitely going number two. Yeah, that's right. I think he's going ahead. Well, maybe. Even Cleveland. Cleveland, I think a good fit for Cleveland would be RJ Barrett. But with Sexton, I mean, like I said, in this backcourt driven league, is it not logical to think that Sexton and Morant same backcourt? I mean, you trying to put butts in the seats, right? I'm just saying it makes more sense to me that that happens. Like I said, if I am Phoenix Suns, that's exactly where I'm going. Oh yeah, there's one thing I want to talk about, and this is a little bit flipping the script a little bit. It's my flavor of the week topic. It's about Nipsey Hussle, and you can tell I'm a little bit not as loud and quiet because I think he deserves the respect that I'm about to give him. Nipsey Hussle, in case y'all don't know who that is, uh, I'm about to break it down for you. All right, he's 33 years old, shot in front of his store, and at that point in time, people called it execution style. There's a lot of things going on in the obviously we know now, but a lot of narratives going on that this was a conspiracy. He's about to do a documentary on a Dr. Sebi and so forth, where possibly be able to help expose big pharmaceuticals. But turns out, go figure, is a black on black crime. Now, this lets me, and I'm only talking about this because I think sports and culture go hand in hand. Okay, now hear me out. Dwayne Wade wore on a sneaker last night uh, to show respect to Nipsey Hussle. All right, so Nipsey Hussle is is a prominent figure, and I'm explaining to you exactly why. So Nipsey Hussle did a lot for his community, right, and opened up centers around his neighborhood, it's Los Angeles, actually like the whole block, in order to help youth. And he was actually going to speak at with LAPD about how to help stop the gang violence. Now, yes, he was in a gang. Yes, he has affiliate with some gangs. But just because you have a past doesn't mean you can't change your life. And just because you have a past does not mean you can't do something productive with that past to show people that there is another way. Now, my main problem with this, let me ask this to my black culture, right? When a person has a checkered past and turns his life around, supports the betterment of the community, we turn around and take his life. Whose fault is that? Like, we're too busy always trying to tear down each other instead of lift everybody up. I mean, you ever notice that? Like, we fight. We have the biggest egos, but yet we blame everybody else. I mean, Tupac Shakur, another person with a checkered past that had a lot of activists in him, just like Nipsey. Open up a center, just like Nipsey. Help fund it with a nonprofit concert, just like Nipsey Hussle. Both gunned down, black on black crime. Conspiracy, maybe. I mean, but think about this, right? We already know everything about pharmaceuticals. I mean, it's been exposed. They they make sure that weed's a problem, right? But you can get opiates and painkillers. David Urban went online with a joint talking about it. Another football player. Let me show you exactly how much this is connected, right? But you can sit there and get on methadone to get off of heroin, right? Or painkillers to give you methadone to come down, or Suboxone. Both of them highly addicted. Both of them keep you addicted for a long time, but they're government issued. That's what his documentary was talking about. Dr. Zebi can cure diseases. Whether it's true or not, I don't know. We're not talking about that. But I do know this. He was killed by black on black crime. Why? He told a gentleman, I'm not gonna mention the name because you don't deserve to be mentioned. Don't be around his little shop, and the dude came back and smoked him. That just shows you how frail our egos are as Black African American men. It's almost pathetic. And it's even more pathetic to think that 1996, 97, we lost multiple people because of black on black crime, because we can't better admit, we can't help our fellow brothers. And then we wonder why we're so far behind. It's comical that we so quick to point the finger at the next person or the next group of people that are holding us down, but yet are afraid to do this. This is Let's Get It Right, baby. We're going to talk about it, then let's talk about it. All right? How can we have leaders that are afraid to stand up because they're afraid to get gunned down? I mean, be numerous, time and time and time. Look at the record. And unfortunately, it wasn't the white man with a sniper rifle gunning down Martin Luther King, God rest his soul. Most of the time lately, it's brothers shooting down brothers. Tupac once said, death is not the greatest loss. The greatest loss is what dies inside while we're still alive. Never surrender. Remember that? And let's do this together, man. Let's not surrender. Let's not give up. Let's work together. Remember, like, comment, share. It's your boy, Jonathan Juice Man. Peace and love. We out.